true this year. It was a tumultuous year for me, going through 3 surgeries, hormone therapy, and right now daily radiation, and I couldn't have gotten through it, as Rhonda mentioned, without my partner in crime, Terry. And I also want to mention tonight, thank you. I certainly wouldn't be here, and I want to mention my mother, Phyllis. My mother brought music into our home. She was a pianist at the High School of Performing Arts. She enlisted in the Coast Guard instead of going to Juilliard. And that's true. She asked to be stationed where the boys were, and they asked her where that was, and she said Washington. But she forgot to say DC, so they sent her out to Seattle. Mom was the one who brought me and enrolled me at the YMHA in Montauk, where I took recorder lessons. Her favorite instrument was the saxophone, and I didn't know she had this all planned out, but I started with the recorder, moved to clarinet, and started playing saxophone in elementary school band. I want to tell you a little bit about my introduction to John Coltrane. It started with this album in 1973, which was recorded by Carlos Santana and Mahavishnu John McLaughlin. Back in those days, some of you may recall, there were actually record stores. You'd go into them, you'd read the back of the liner notes, and when I heard the first song on this album, titled The Love Supreme, I looked immediately to see who played on it and who wrote it, and that's how I was introduced to John Coltrane. It was a moving moment for me, and anyone who listens to either the electric version or John's original version, you'll be definitely blown away. It's appropriate that tonight, this concert's taking place on Martin Luther King weekend. John was not an activist, but he was a very spiritual person. In 1963, he wrote a song, Alabama, based on Martin Luther King's speech. It was patterned after his speech patterns and his quote-unquote syncopation. A Love Supreme was written in Dix Hills, the home in Dix Hills. He went upstairs for 10 days. Alice brought him food, water, etc., up to the stairs. And when he finally came down after 10 days, Carlos Santana, who by the way is the chairman of our advisory board at the Coltrane home, said it was like Moses coming down from the mountain. Alice said she just thought he was trying to avoid the dirty dishes and diapers. But anyway, we do have a tremendous show of music here tonight. The first act is my friend Eric Woolman, and we're going to bring him out shortly. I thank everyone again for coming and appreciate your patronage and support of this evening and the Coltrane Home.